I ignored my destiny once. I cannot do that again. Even for you. I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
The Mad Titan Podcast with your host, Jay Washington.
Titans, go!
All right, y'all. This is probably one of the funnest things next to Stan. Welcome back to Blurs in the Hood that I've gotten a chance to say. Welcome, everybody. I'm back. It's another episode of the Mad Titan Podcast with me, your resident supervillain, Mr. Jay Washington. I don't know if y'all understand how glad I am just to say that. I've been saying for the longest that I was bringing this back in 2025, and I didn't know if the person I was using as a co-host, BC, was available. So I said I had a little bit of free time. I don't know if this is going to be a full long episode, but I wanted to get something out there. What's happening, everybody? To everyone who has consistently asked me, Jay, are you bringing back Mad Titan? Jay, you bringing back Mad Titan? Here we are. I think everybody knows the story. Everybody knows how busy I've been. And I'm going to pull back the curtain on Hollywood and entertainment for a minute. Busy don't always equate financial success. So I've been so busy and still trying to make ends meet left and right. And that in itself has been a frustrating, deal. But that's not for me to gripe or complain, because even in the midst of all the downturns, y'all already know, I have a career a lot of people would only pray for. So I am here. I am happy. I have missed y'all. I am going to be bringing this back regularly because, look, for those who are new to the podcast, what I do here is to get you caught up on everything happening in the Marvel and DC live action cinematic universes. It's barbershop talk for nerds. So please don't be in your fucking feelings. But I feel I have to make a slight addendum now to that, because Disney Plus is now in play with all of the animated shows, as well as DC Studios with the animated shows. And I know, at one point I was doing reviews of Harley Quinn individually, but I feel like now I should include all this shit together. There is so much that is going on, and there's so much. I don't have a run sheet. Normally when I do the episodes, I got a run sheet. I break down everything I'm going to talk about. I have it in order. I have my bullet points, blase. That ain't this. I wanted to bring this back so bad that I'm going to shoot from the hip with y'all. I have a few things I'm going to look at through my phone, though, so y'all got to bear with me on that. I want to pull up some things. So let's play a little bit of catch up. Marvel Studios Phase 4 and 5, I believe you would say. A lot of people have felt a certain way. Last year we got Deadpool and Wolverine, and that movie did $1 billion, which it was going to do. But then Sony decided they were going to give us Morbius, Madam Web, Venom 3, Kraven the Hunter. No, they didn't give us Morbius last year, did they? Hold on, I saw something. What movies did we all get last year? I got to pull that up because I know I think I just deleted the picture of what I had. 2024 comic book movies. Yeah. So we had got, I know y'all like, yo, are you professional with this? Yes, I'm trying to be. Oh, yeah. So we got Madam Web. We got Joker 2. We got Kraven, Venom 3, Deadpool, Wolverine. We got, I think that was really it. There was still some other stuff that was pushed back. Those are the movies Marvel and DC watched. I know we got a couple other, I think Hellboy dropped, but that's not Marvel or DC. So I believe that was that. I'm just double checking this list because like so much shit changed. Okay, yeah. And The Crow was another movie we got, but I won't count that as well because that's not Marvel or DC. So Morbius was last year, excuse me. Sony put out Venom, Kraven, and Madam Web and thought that was going to be a thing to do, which everybody has fucking said consistently. Why are you trying to do Spider-Man adjacent movies without Spider-Man? You've never even introduced these characters through Spider-Man, but yet you want to try to do these films. And the box office showed. Look, Venom 1, I always say, I argue with BC. Look, I didn't personally like it. Everybody loved the camp. How much did they love the camp? Venom 1 made $1 billion, right? Venom Let There Be Carnage did not do it. Venom 3 was the lowest of the total. Madam Web, terrible. Craven, people just did not even want to bother. And, so we can't talk about that. Joker Folie Le Deux, however you pronounce it, it was bad. When everyone found out it was going to be a musical, terrible. Then word of mouth came out that Arthur Fleck isn't the Joker, that they tried to do this weird retconning and conspiracy theory that the Joker, the dude you see at the end who kills Arthur Fleck, maybe Heath Ledger's Joker because of the slashes he has in his face. And that doesn't work. But Deadpool and Wolverine does, because it was what everyone wanted. It was fan service. It was something that was built up. It introduced Deadpool to the MCU officially, as well as Wolverine and all these different things. Then you get last year, you get Agatha All Along. Some people had their way of feeling about it. I personally liked it. I feel it still kept the same vibe from WandaVision. The same team that was involved. WandaVision gave us this. So, I mean, I can't complain. Now we're moving forward. We got the beginning of Creature Commandos from DC Studios with James Gunn at the helm. And I personally like Creature Commandos. James Gunn, look, it's no secret. I've always said this. James Gunn knows how to do weird ass characters, and he does them well. But also one of the things he did, and one of the things James Gunn has this thing for doing, right? And again, told y'all, I'm all over the board, so y'all gonna have to try to follow with me for as long as I do this episode. James Gunn has this thing where he will take these characters where you're initially supposed to hate them, give you their backstories, and then you subsequently feel sorry for these motherfuckers. Peacemaker being the first, right? If you saw The Suicide Squad, spoiler alert, you know how it ended in a sense before, well, not the very end, but you know how Peacemaker killing Rick Flag, stabbing him, saying he was doing it for Waller, him being a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. But then you watch the Peacemaker series and you feel sad because you see his life was all these different things brought on by his father, how his father was treating him, right? Him killing his brother by mistake, et cetera, et cetera. You get to Creature Commandos, you feel sorry for Weasel. You feel sorry for Dr. Phosphorus. You gonna feel sorry for the bride, kinda, sorta, because you found out Victor Frankenstein was fucking her. And it's weird. Like he was fucking a dead chick because he made her look pretty. I guess. But that's what James Gunn is good for. So I in a sense, even with the story that moves forward, I rock with it. Now, before I go back to Marvel, you get the trailer for the upcoming Superman movie. It's James Gunn's first film in the DC Studios era. You got to say it that way because it's like he's done the Suicide Squad, but now it's the first film in the DC Studios era. Trailer drops, one of the highest watched trailers. Of course, it's going to be. People bring up that number. Oh, man, the trailer was the highest watch. Of course, there's so much hype behind this movie. This movie had one name. It was Superman Legacy. Then it became just Superman. You know, you have a new dude playing Superman in David Corn Sweat. Is it Set or Sweat? But then you get the suit and everybody has their thoughts. But then here comes the big issue. And I've said this publicly. I did a live on my IG where I was talking about like, yo, Snyder fans need to let it the fuck go. I am just going to call it what it is. I said it earlier. I'm going to say some things that may get you in your feelings. It don't matter to me. If you are a Snyder Cult fan, let that shit go. That shit is done and gone. Now, either you do one or two things, and I'll just be real, accept that DC as a whole has moved on, or just don't mention it. Stop trying to consistently compare what Henry Cavill's Superman was to David Cornsett's Superman. Two different things. Stop trying to compare what Zack Snyder did for Superman and what James Gunn is going to do. Two different things. You know these are two different directors with two distinctly different styles. So why in the fuck are people trying to compare the two? You're not going to do nothing to make yourself pissed off. And me having to talk about your stupid asses. There's just going to be a bunch of dick jokes and then frat humor, blah, blah. Okay, yes, because we know that's what Gunn does. That's what he does. I saw people complaining, oh man, this looks so comic bookish and blah, 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 blah. Yes, it's a comic book movie. The fuck? I do not understand for the life of me why people. It's 5 o'clock on Friday. Thanks. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. You have a good one. What? Yo, this is real. We're not going to even edit this out. That's going to stay in. Why let it be what it is? Uh, it's comic book lookish. People talked about Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner. Now, here's the weird thing about this. Guy Gardner's hair, people have been talking about the hair that he has and looks like Stewart from Mad TV, which it does. But the problem is, it is comic accurate hair. I do not understand some of these people for the life of me who pick and choose when they want things comic accurate or not. Either it's comic accurate all of the way or it's just not. You gotta pick one, y'all. Does it look very comic bookish with the bright colors, et cetera, et cetera? Yes, because that's what Gunn is going to do. Now, do I think this movie is going to be amazing? I can't tell you. Do I think this movie is going to be terrible? I can't tell you. You know why? Because nothing but a fucking teaser trailer has come out. I can say the same thing now. I can say the same thing about Thunderbolts. I can say the same thing about Captain America, New World, Brave New World, all this shit. But we gotta chill. We gotta chill, y'all. Like, I understand sometimes when people will see trailers and be like, oh my God, they showed the whole movie. We assume a lot of times you've seen the whole movie. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt until I see the film. And this is coming from somebody who the internet has deemed a Marvel shield, that he is being paid by Marvel and blah, 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 that, he only wants to keep having access to see the movies or the people he knows. It's not the fucking case. It's just a fact. I'm going to wait till I see it. Now, if I don't like it when I see it, then I don't. Same as I said with Quantumania. I didn't like it. I liked Guardians 3. I liked the Marvels because I knew what it was. I do see I can look at it and watch and tell there were some things that were pulled out, that things that were cut out. And I see that much, but I digress. Things I'll wait to give my opinion on until I see. Now with DC Studios, you have James Gunn who's going forth with this plan. We know we got our Superman. We know his Batman is coming because his Batman is in the Brave and the Bold with Damian Wayne, which in terms means the Bat family has been established. If we had Damian, the Bat family has been established. And I say that because people are asking, well, is Robert Pattinson from Matt Reeves is the Batman, which has now been delayed to 2027, which means it will be 5 years between movies, which is fucking insane. Will he go into James Gunn's world? And I doubt it because that Batman in the Batman is only in year 2. So no. Honestly, even with the success of The Penguin, which was an amazing show, which is one of the best shows in general of 2024, even with the success of Penguin, I don't know I doubt Pattinson comes over to Gunn's universe. Gunn has his plan that he wants to have. And the elsewhere, look, Joker's done, so we don't have to worry about Todd Phillips's world. That's dead and done. Gunn has already said everything he does in the DC realm that is either animated or live action are going to integrate. So you may possibly see characters from Creature Commandos come over as the live action version of themselves in projects, or the voices of the actors who play the characters in live action may end up in animated. So that is going to possibly happen. But I don't think in any stretch of the imagination, Matt Reeves' Batman is going to come over at all. I mean, granted, it would be nice too. Again, after the end of The Penguin, it's supposed to go right into Batman 2, but a 5-year delay. Well, now it's 2 years, and I'm saying 5-year delay between films. We don't know. Questions are about the script and all these other things. And supposedly they're supposed to start filming in the fall. I don't know if it's happening. Now, do I have any insight on that? Honestly, no. Can't tell you. It's been really tight-lipped on that. But wait and see what happens. Again, I enjoy Peacemaker. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going to enjoy Peacemaker season 2. I'm enjoying Creature Commando. So I'll possibly enjoy Waller, whatever else he's got going. I don't know what Muschietti is going to do with Brave and the Bold. I don't know. So I can't speak to it. Let's go back to Marvel. Now, there has been this whole thing since I got to take y'all back since I haven't been here. the whole Comic-Con, the reveal of Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom. So many people are like, this is just cheating. Why they gotta get him and blah 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 blah. Oh, the multiverse is just cheat. It's just a cheat code. Yes and no. Yes, because I believe you can easily say we can get rid of things because we can say it's other universes, et cetera, et cetera. No, because it expands stories and allows the stories to be told that never would be told the other way. A la What If. So many people have feelings on that, but let What If be What If. Granted, yes, we were told What If was going to have implications into the regular MCU. And by that, Stephen Strange. I get it. I get it. But sometimes, and I'm one of those people that are of the mindset of stop telling us as the viewing public if it's not set in stone. Because if you have certain things you tell us is happening, we're expecting them, right? If you don't, I feel like don't tell people shit, whether that be fan, reviewer, pundit, what. Don't tell nobody shit until it's happening, until it's actually happening. Because hopefully this way you'll cut down on some of the social media chatter. And that has become a very big problem. What do I mean? Yo, comic book fans on social media, and I know this ain't all y'all. I know it's not. So please don't think I'm grouping y'all in with everybody. Comic book fans on social media, you motherfuckers make people not want to be fans no more. And I know I'm of that ilk that's like, yo, just don't respond to it, don't look at it. But you motherfuckers make yourself ever prevalent to make sure you are heard and consistently seen. And the problem is, too, is some of y'all, a very small few, but a loud amount, tend to go outside of social media to make sure you make your point known. What do I mean by that? What are you talking about, Jay? People will try to see people out in person in public moments like Comic-Cons to try to express their points on shit. And it's like, yo, I hate to tell you this, but in this moment, right, if you catch me at San Diego Comic-Con, right, let's say you disagree with me about my takes on the DC with Zack Snyder, et cetera, et cetera. Let's say you don't agree with me with that, right? Catching me out at Comic-Con while I'm with the homies kicking it and you try to stop me to tell me about that, I promise you, I'm going to tell you, hey, listen, I really gives no fucks about this right now because it doesn't affect me. It doesn't matter to me right now in that moment. But some people can't handle that. And that's an issue. So a lot of I know so many people who've worked on the different networks and outlets that I've been on and I've been friends with for the past almost 9 years who they've been burnt out, not because of studios or projects or things like that, or even the jobs, the companies they work for. It's because of these fandoms, which have become so toxic within itself. And I know, again, people are going to say, yo, it's not all fandoms and it's not everybody in fandoms. Absolutely true. But there's a sect of you motherfuckers that are horrendous. That's the only way I can put it. All right. So the MCU has that. The Doctor Doom situation. Going back to that. Downey from a different universe works. Doom in a different universe works. Why? Because it will shock the Avengers when the reveal happens. What if when Doomsday happens, we see Doom come through the portal? He's probably from the he more than likely will be from the universe that Monica ended up in at the end of the Marvels, where Kelsey Grammer's X-Men was there, where Lashana Lynch is binary there. So possibly Doom is in that world. Maybe he kills an Avenger out the gate and then reveals himself. And now they don't know what the fuck to do because they're like Tony, and he's like, who was Tony? And, does some shit. That's a possibility. But regardless of that possibility I'm throwing out, I think the biggest thing is Robert Downey Jr. is the man who started the MCU as we know it. I know if you're going to go by MCU timeline, it's Steve, then Carol Danvers, et cetera, et cetera. If you go by that, but if you go by the time, it's Tony, right? Who better to end, especially if you're doing Doomsday and Doom kills the Marvel Universe, have him, the person who was their greatest ally, be their greatest adversary and have him end it. It makes sense because then once he destroys the multiverse, which in theory you can never destroy the multiverse because it'll always be reborn. Now it's reborn and everything is together. Now mutants are part of the regular world. All these things, there are only a select few who know what the world was like beforehand. But to everyone else, the mutants are around, the Avengers are around. And yes, that's what Secret Wars is probably going to be. They're going to be fights all different places that are going to bring these teams together. We don't even know how Fantastic Four is going to play out, which we're getting, I believe we're getting this upcoming year. Yeah, we're getting July 25th. We haven't gotten a trailer for that yet, which I'm fine. Fantastic Four is dropping Comic-Con weekend. Same thing Deadpool did. So I assume as of right now, we're getting a trailer for that probably during the Super Bowl. But let it be. We don't know. There are so many anticipations and so many things we want. And I get it. I'm the same fucking way. But I also had to remind myself, all the shit I want to see, all the shit I want to have happen, it is not my call because it is not my studio. It is not my production. People say, well, Jay, we pay people. We pay to see these movies, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but stop using that as an excuse because, well, what if we don't go see them? Things are going to still happen. Here's the thing. You can use that metric up where people stop going to see certain movies. People hate bombed the Marvels only to turn around and watch it on Disney Plus and love it. The average hate bombing is not going to stop anything when people really want to see something. If it's a bad movie for real, people are not going to go see it, i.e. Craven. You know what I'm saying? People, some people would go see Quantumania and then some word got back there like, and so we moved on. Don't get me started about the whole, they just try to get rid of black men and blah, 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 blah. Yo, I know what we saw in the video. I do understand that. But I do also want people to understand that a legal implication to a studio, no matter what that studio is a big deal when it comes to shareholders. Yes. This is, look, corporations, capitalism, whatever you want to label it, that is one of the main factors at play. There are people who throw their money in, make this movie because I need to get a return on my money so I can make money. Your shareholders who, whenever the movie does well, I make extra amounts of money. Those are the people to appease. If they're like, I don't know if this person has been arrested, can do this, blah, blah, blah. Arrested is one thing. Fired is another. Please know the difference. But I digress. 2025, again, I think we're finally caught up. For the most part, again, Jonathan Major situations pushed back Secret Wars and then Doomsday, right? So this year we're getting for Disney Plus, we're getting Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man drops on the 29th of this month. Then in theaters on Valentine's Day, we're getting Captain America Brave New World, which I want to talk about for a minute because I hate Black Incel Twitter. Black Incel comic book Twitter. I was talking about that with a friend. What do I mean by that? Everybody who thinks that a black person being put into some shit is being put down. Somebody tried to say, oh, see, they just had to put the black dude in the Black History Month, didn't they? Hold the fuck up. Do y'all not know how many times this movie's been pushed back? Like, we should be lucky it's coming out at all. They have pushed the fuck back out of Brave New World. Then I saw somebody on Instagram go, well, why did they do a Brother Voodoo movie? They've been talking the things with to bring in Brother Voodoo. But listen to me and listen to me well. When I said Marvel, I said this years ago, if Marvel could do Guardians, they could do pretty much any weird fucking thing they want to do, right? And I meant that. But they had a director who was able to bring that in. You are telling the mainstream audience that already is on this whole, we don't want to do shit that's looking woke or scary, to do a character named Brother Voodoo, who already on top of that, unless you are a diehard comic book fan, you really do not know who Brother Voodoo is. The Guardians have been seen in cartoons. I believe they were in Earth Somebody Gets Heroes and a different Spider-Man one, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm doing all this out the dome. So that was how they were able to be brought out. But Brother Voodoo is a wild pool. Like, he would have to be introduced fully in a movie until you can't just give him his own goddamn movie. What's wrong with y'all? People gonna be pissed. It is what it is. March, we're getting Daredevil, Born Again on Disney Plus. May 6th, we're getting Thunderbolts with the asterisk, aka the new Avengers. The 24th, we're getting Ironheart finally. That's of June. July 25th, we're getting Fantastic Four. August 6th, we're getting the animated Eyes of Wakanda on D+. That is a prequel about the Dora, if I'm not mistaken. October 3rd, we're getting Marvel Zombies. And then in December, we're getting Wonder Man. And then going into 2026 and 27, possibly, I don't know. I don't think we get an X-Men film until after Doomsday. I've said this before on Break Room when I was there. I've said this before on podcasts. I personally feel if you want to introduce them the right way, utilize Disney Plus. Make it a series. Take an episode to introduce somebody. Unless you just want the team to pop in. Now, I know some people are gonna be like, well, we don't need their backstories and blah, 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 blah. But every time somebody says that, we kind of do. So it's really this, how do we do it? How do we don't? I don't think we get them to then. I think we'll get a West Coast Avengers. I think we'll get a Young Avengers, a New Avengers. And I think that is what's going to help build up our Secret Wars. And then we're going to get another set of Avengers, unless Sam goes to the West Coast ones or brings the kids together. Unless Sam does one of the two. And then Sam gets his own team. But I don't know who would be on his team besides Falcon the new Falcon as of right now. But I think that's how you get your Secret Wars, where it's these different teams of Avengers doing things. And of course, Doomsday is going to be this big collective of whatever the case may be. You're going to get Doctor Strange 3 later. You're going to get what else is there sequel-wise, probably? I don't know about any sequels. I don't know any characters. I mean, I know we're going to get Nova, but I think Nova's Disney Plus. All this shit is coming. Here's the beautiful thing about this. As a comic book fan, and I'm not even just talking Marvel and DC. It should be a great fucking time for you to be alive. And I say that because we have so much of what we've grown up reading and watching and just was enamored by and loved and shit. And now we fucking got it in live action forms or full animated series. And look, you got Invincible, which is incredible. And it's about to get wild as shit with the next season. We've got so much. And Disney Plus, and even James Gunn's with everything he's doing. We've got so much. But I think our fandoms have to be tamed the fuck down and calm down. Look, we and I say we as a collective, as the viewing public always, we were talking shit about everybody just went woke and they was just trying to apply to diversity and just cater to DEI. And we know that's another way for y'all to say black and brown. Because there's nothing fucking wrong with diversity. There's nothing wrong with equity. There's nothing wrong with inclusion. You bitches, stop saying, well, we think everything should be a meritocracy. Okay, that is fair. But here's the problem. The people y'all keep talking about that should be benefiting from a meritocracy don't hold up to the ones who are getting it. Yes, in the early 90s. And so they had to be like, yo, we're not giving any black people or brown or women a shot. And now that happens. And that's a whole nother story. Look, I've been around long enough, have paid the fuck attention long enough. And when I say pay attention, I don't mean I just watch one news network or look on one website. I've paid attention to the whole picture. So you've had some of that shit happen with Disney. I'll get it. I get it. But the problem was people were so busy trying to push back on shit. Let us never forget the reason people tried to push back on Captain Marvel because Brie Larson openly said, I want to see more than just straight white dudes in my press junkets. And straight white dudes who are really fucking sensitive took it as, well, she don't want white men to see the movie. She never fucking said that. She wanted her press junkets to be more indicative and representative of all of the people who are going to watch this film. And these motherfuckers got in their feelings. And we've had it happen ever since. comic book movies and TV shows, which, by the way, if you get pissed off and start calling comic book movies and TV shows woke, then you should never fucking read or watch them. People keep talking about, oh, they made the X-Men woke. That means you've never read the X-Men and never understood what the fuck they stand for. You don't understand. I'll go even as far. Star Wars and Star Trek. Stop saying shit is woke when it's just a keyword for you to say black or brown. Say what you fucking mean. Remember, this is barbershop talk for nerds. I'm going to say what the fuck I feel, and I might hurt your feelings, and I don't give a fuck because you need to hear it. Whether you want to type your fucking fingers and heart away, you going to hear what the fuck I got to say because it's the truth. This is fact. Everything you're complaining is woke, all this and the third. You've never sat there and don't tell me Captain America's first issue is him punching a fucking Nazi. So what's the problem now? What's the problem now with these characters? How they gonna put women at the forefront? Easy, because women want to be seen just in the same light as men do. It's easy. How do I know? And I'm going to go right outside of comic book movies. How do I know? Barbie did like $2 billion, y'all. The Barbie movie. So when we have these dumbass discussions and debates about diversity being woke or trying to pander and shit like that, even when I hear black people say, oh, they're just trying to pander black people with certain black characters. No, the fact is, you motherfuckers want a character to go your way. You want a hotep it your way, and when it doesn't go your way, it's not the type of black character you want. Now, granted, yes, there have been some black characters that have been just completely bastardized, as there have been white characters, Latino characters, Asian characters, etc., etc. It is a thing that happens. I openly acknowledge and fucking admit it. But the fact some of you all like to reach and make every single character that is a fucking problem. It is a problem. We got to stop. These next 4 years are going to be a ride. Look, goddamn it, we are, as I'm recording this 3 days into this year, and so much shit has happened already. So why go into our year knowing that the joy we can have in watching comic book movies and TV shows, if they're not good, we just say it ain't good, it's done. I didn't like it, it's done. Also, when you say something isn't good, can we start saying, in my opinion? Can we start being like, I don't think it is? Instead of just trying to blanket label some shit? I used to be, and here's the thing, because I was guilty of that. I was guilty of that. When it came to Venom, I kept saying, man, Venom is trash. Venom is garbage. Because it was campy. It was 90s, early 2000s type comic movies, and I thought we were way past this, and I didn't know that this was the movie was going to embrace, et cetera, et cetera. And here's the thing, fans embraced what it embraced. I didn't think it was good, but clearly fans across the world thought it was good because it did $1 billion. Now, when they tried to do it again and then add some other things, fans slowly pushed away from it. And then you got to the third, and they was like, nigga, a Venom horse, really? But personal opinions. Some people love the Batman. I said the Batman is a good movie, but I feel like it's 30 minutes too long. Keyword, I feel like it's 30 minutes too long. Some people, it's a perfect time. Some people, it's a perfect length. Even with the Snyder Cut, I openly have said the Snyder Cut is good. I just feel like it's 35, 45 minutes too long. Some people, no, you need that length. Okay, that's what you feel. But what I feel is different. And we're allowed to feel those. But those are opinions. I'm not making those facts. Some of y'all are trying to make shit fact. Sam Wilson, blah, blah, blah. Look, this movie keeps going through hell. This character keeps going through hell to get made. And I say that because never let us forget that Falcon and Winter Soldier was one of the Disney shows that got hit by COVID in so many ways. And yes, I've had this open discussion of I know what was presented to us. I know what was given to us. And I get that. And that's all we can judge it on. I get that. But when you have shareholders, investors, and you got to get some shit out, and then first of all, COVID fucks everything up that you can do because now you really can't shoot like you want to. And secondly, because the plot of your show was a global pandemic potentially being released, you can't do that in a show when people are living through a global fucking pandemic. I get it. So let us just try to be a little bit more understanding, man. Look, all I know is that I'm back on this, okay? If I got to do these episodes myself, something like this, I will. But I want y'all to rock with me here. Subscribe. If you want to support, if you're watching this on YouTube, please drop a super thanks. You can send a cash up to Venmo. Either way it goes, I will have this. I'm trying to have this up, audio and video. I know video now is an integral part of podcasts. So I'm going to work on making video clips the best way I can for y'all. I'm doing all of this shit myself. So please know you'll get the basics. Everything extra, I am working on doing it because I have to do it in the midst of everything else. But please know I'm trying to get it for y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe here to the channel. I'm going to drop more movie reviews, trailer reactions, all these things coming here. Stand-up clips are coming back, as well as reaction videos. With those, go over to Instagram and follow me, Mr. J Washington, MRJAY. You should not spell Washington. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Threads. I'm on TikTok. Please follow me on TikTok as well. If you want to get all of my upcoming stand-up shows, I am locking in a lot. As today's the 3rd, next Thursday I'll be in Portland, Oregon. I'll be at Long Beach for a couple shows. Palm Springs, I'll be there the 25th. I'll be on, for those my wrestling fans, I'm working on a new wrestling podcast. Clotheslines and Punchlines is coming soon. I'll be on the Chris Jericho Rock and Wrestling Rager Cruise. That is from the 31st to the 4th, from Miami to Dominican Republic. I will be in San Diego on the 22nd at the Mic Drop Comedy Club for 2 shows. If you're in San Diego and you want to see come through, what else? Seattle, we're just adding a date now. That'll be finalized soon. Bloomington, Indiana, I'll be at the Comedy Attic March 13th. So much more, man. I need y'all all in the building to show all the love back y'all been showing me. Thank y'all so much. Holla at y'all next time. Till then, I'm out. Bye.